even if I go for another course or I go for another thing,
Okay.
later in life, I'll still go back and study chemical engineering.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel, our Facebook page, Instagram, and TikTok, depending the platform you are watching this podcast. I remain Sunday Sam, your number one financial expert, president and CEO of the Institute of Financial Literacy. Guess what? It is finding your spark as an individual, undergraduate or graduate, episode 3. And I'm live in the studio with a friend. Bayo is his name. So I want him to do more introduction of himself.
All right, hello, I'm Olabayo Antonio, and I'm a graduate of Lagos State University. I studied chemical and polymer engineering from Lagos State University, and currently I'm also a software engineer. So I'm into software development and also analytics.
So Bayo, let me start with this. At the Institute of Financial Literacy, our mantra is paradigm shift. That's what the brand is all about. So I would want to ask you so that the general public will, what do you understand by the word paradigm shift?
Okay, paradigm shifts. I would say from my own understanding,
Okay.
I would say in my own terms is just a change of course, like in a way of thinking, is a way of thinking in a way others have not thought.
Okay.
So being able to think outside the box, being able to do that extra thing that nobody has done before.
Okay. Paradigm shift is a change of mindsets of how something works or has been established. So that's what the Institute of Financial Literacy is all about. So I would want to ask you that from your childhood up to now, let's start from your childhood. What has been your dream? What do you intend doing? What was your aim, your vision?
Okay, I would say from my childhood until now, my life has been about impact. So I've always thought about doing things that would impact people.
Yeah.
I've always looking at doing things that would impact my family, that would impact my environment, that would impact my country, that would impact my world. And I would say, and that was part of the reasons I followed my passion. I think right when I was smart, I was saying, oh, I want to be a chemical engineer,
Okay.
study chemical engineering.
So your dream was to be an engineer, a chemical engineer for that matter.
To be a chemical engineer.
Okay. So that's cool. So what you then studying at the tertiary institution was chemical engineering,
Yes,
and that was what you eventually studied.
yes.
Okay. So if you're not given what to plan to study, if you're not given chemical engineering, because a lot of students said they want to study medicine and they want to study chemical engineering, they want to study nursing and all that, but eventually they were not given that privilege to study that course at that given time. So if peradventure you were not given chemical engineering as a course, what would you have done? What would have been your decision?
All right. So if I was not given chemical engineering,
Yes.
as a course, even though it was what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
I would say that is not the end. That is not the end, and I would say impact is all about mindset.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you do it. It's about the mindset and your mindset toward what you're about to go into. So if I'm not giving chemical engineering, anything that comes by the way, I accept it, and I believe with my growth mindset
Okay.
and with the way with my drive and passion, I believe I would still make it. I believe I will still make that same impact I want to make in the lives of people, even with that mindset.
If peradventure we're not given chemical engineering and you went for another program, another course,
Yes.
doesn't mean that the dream of being a chemical engineer has just ended.
All right. No, that doesn't mean the dream has ended. Because like I said, chemical engineering is my passion. I remember then when I was applying, I was like, okay, even if I go for another course or I go for another thing,
Okay.
later in life, I'll still go back and study chemical engineering
Sorry.
because
You know why I ask?
yeah.
A lot of students have, they've wasted time. For example, a student sit for jam today, he or she apply for chemical engineering, they give that person mathematics or physics. Person wouldn't accept that course. Person like, okay, try, like 5 7 years, keep trying to get chemical. Do you think the wastage of time? Do you think that kind of person shouldn't have go for that course and later, probably even while at the university studying the other course, he or she can later have back to studying chemical engineering.
All right. I would say my life has been about growth
Okay.
itself. If I want to bring that in here, and I would say it's all about alignment.
Exactly.
And I believe every phase a man faces in life is there's a reason for it, and it's a period to learn and unlearn. So
Yeah.
there are some stages that are for learning. There are some stages that are ladders. So there are some stages that will lead you to where you are going to.
Exactly.
Perhaps it's mathematics that want to lead you to chemical engineering. We don't know. But the fact that you don't accept mathematics, chemical engineering might not later come in the future.
Exactly.
So it starts from a step, like they say. So it doesn't matter, like I say, you don't judge your life by others people's life. You don't judge your race by other people's race. So somebody might be on 10 and you're on 2, and you're like, hey, when will I get to 10? But perhaps the person took 7 years to get to a 10, and maybe your own period to get to 15 is just within 6 months. You're already at 15. But because you feel like other people are there, why am I not there? So you refuse to accept that course. So, like I said earlier, that is all about your mindset. So that course you are learning can still um, catapult you to that height that you want to get to.
Exactly.
If indeed,
So what we're trying to say is, since being a chemical engineering is what you dream about, then nothing should stop you from becoming that.
yes.
Exactly. Okay. Now, do you think doing any other thing apart from academics to enhance your financial freedom, your financial capacity while as a student? No, I've seen a lot of students at the tertiary institution. They'll tell you it's just my academics. What comes to my mind is this kind of financial support, because you can't tell me that the only thing you do as a student is just your academics, nothing brings you money. So what comes to my mind is this person has a strong financial background, so there's no need to worry. So what step do you take while at the university to enhance your financial support, or it's just parents that doing everything?
During my university days, fine, I was privileged to have parents that support,
Okay.
definitely. So I was privileged to have that. And beyond the support,
Exactly.
fine, there are times I go home and I do some rough works. So I go to some schools and even teach. I do some things, some rough work and all. But then at school, I would say my main priority was my academics,
Academics,
because
exactly.
I
That's the
had,
essence of,
yes,
yeah.
because I had that privilege of support, even though I saw my friends going into many things then, but I just had to concentrate on my academics. But I would say going towards 400 level, 500 level, I got a spark. Yes, I got a spark that took me into software engineering
Okay.
and software development, which was all about our country now. You know, Nigeria. So looking at it and looking at things, you are like, okay, am I to stay on one option?
Or diversify.
Yes, or diversify. So I'm like, okay, leaving these certificates, what if I'm opportunity to travel out and they don't even recognize Lagos State University?
Yes.
What if scenario occurs I'm able to easily get job? And I was thinking about it, I'm like, I'm seeing all these guys going into these things. And I believe it's
Okay.
something I can do also. And that was the spark I found in Foundry level and the passion that ignited in me and made me run that race. So it helped me develop the soft skills because I knew I'm not a barber, I'm not a shoemaker, I'm not a tailor. So I just needed to go into something and I got that passion and
and you went for it, and it actually helped assisted you in your financial life.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
what this is all about is look at it. Bayo explained the fact that despite the parents' support, the parents gave him all his financial support as he explained. But nevertheless, he comes home, lessons, tutorials for them, and was still earning money. But at his 400 level, 500 level, he got a spark to learn a skill. So that's what I'm saying. No matter your background, no matter your financial life, no matter who your parents is or are, what I'll just advise us today is, let's have this mindset of learning. Learning a skill may not pay you now. The skill may not bring money to your pocket now, but as time goes on, something great will come out of it. So, Bayo learned software engineering, and today he's doing well with it. So you can also do well and do better for yourself in that line. So learn something today. Learn, start. It can be graphics, it can be content creation, it can be script writing, it can be content writing, it can be anything. Cinematography is there. So just try to learn one or two things. So that is the reason for this. My question again is, what is your advice to the general public concerning the above subjects that we all just discussed? Because a lot of students in the category of it is just my studies and nothing more. So what do you think would be a good benefit to them?
Apart from my studies, nothing more. Yeah, it is very good. But I would say there must be something more.
Darling.
So that's the advice I would give. There must be something more. I am done presently. I am a graduate, but even the job I'm doing presently is a combination of the skill I've gotten and my academics.
Darling.
I wouldn't have gotten the jobs I've gotten. I've been privileged to have worked at various places, and I wouldn't have gotten those jobs by just my certificate,
Chemical engineering.
by just chemical engineering.
Yeah.
No, it was due to many other skills I have been able to add to myself. Like they say, in the job market, nobody will just employ you for your certificate.
Yeah.
So I would not see it through
Just what
I
you
would
have
not
to
see a
offer.
first class graduate with certificate and that first class graduate with certificate and a lot of skills, and I will employ that first class graduate. No, I will go for the better option because it's the same salary I will give you. So that is the world we have now, and I'll just want you to just see that thing that you feel you have passion for and go for it.
Okay. Now it seems that what you studied in the higher institution is not, let me say, it's just a little from what you are doing currently.
Yep.
So now, the fact that while I was in school, I wanted to take my education very serious and I couldn't do any other thing. Doesn't mean that when I'm done, I can't go for any other skill. I can't like learn other skill.
There's something I tell people that falling during challenges doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But how fast you rise from it matters a lot. So the fact that you went for something and you failed does not mean you cannot still gather momentum, gather velocity, and go for other things and do exploit even more than people that have done what you left over.
Okay.
So, like I said, you can still do a whole lot as long as you have found the right path and right direction. Just take that
From
step.
there.
And
Okay. As a graduate that you are, what you studied at university was chemical engineering, and the kind of job you do currently just have a little of chemical engineering. Other ones was from your software engineering. Does it mean that the BSc you attained is useless?
No, 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 no. It's very, very important. And like I said, the BSc I attained was part of what helped me to do this. If there was no BSc, I would not even be qualified.
Okay.
So BSc served as qualification, like I say. So it is very, very important. So it's as been important even in my course, in my journey.
Okay. Now after graduating from school, first year, second year, like you were looking for a job and you couldn't find a good job to do, what is your advice for someone in that category watching this video?
Okay, my advice for you is to identify yourself, know what you can do, and let that spark help you develop yourself. So during that period, make sure you develop yourself. I developed myself. I learned new skills, and it helped me to get that good job.
All right, you've heard from Bayo. He said something that's very important. If you're out of school and you find nothing doing, even with your BSc, your ND or HND, find something doing, something legal, something of value, because the real money now is value. Develop your mindset, develop yourself, and learn. Keep learning, unlearn and relearn. So that's what we have for you today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow follow me on Facebook, on TikTok, Instagram, and the rest. Thank you.